For the past 50 years, Zimbabwe stone sculpture has been a contemporary art phenomenon that has played a significant role in the development of art from Africa. Amazingly enough, the largest collection of this art form on display is right here in Loveland, Colorado at Chipunga Sculpture Park. Let's meet Roy Guthrie, the curator at Chipunga Sculpture Park, and learn more about this fascinating exhibit of African art.
We came here in 2004 after doing a big exhibition in the Denver Botanic Gardens. It's on 30 acres and it's beautifully organized. In fact, the park has won an award, an architectural award for its design. And it's a very unique place in that it commemorates a form of art which has been developed in Africa over the past 50 years. Our country, Zimbabwe, was not known for sculpture at all until about 50 years ago when it suddenly erupted, and now some of the artists are considered amongst the top sculptors in the world. The artists, they do not draw, they do not measure, they do not regard stone as inanimate to be hammered to their own preconceived idea. But if you ask the artist how he puts a life in the stone, he looks at you as though you don't know what you're talking about. And he'll reply, the life is in the stone. Now, these people work only in stone, and they know that. But if you come across artists from this part of the world who work continuously in stone, and you say to them, is the stone dead? They'll say the same thing. The stone has its own life. You have to know how to work it. And even granite, which is so very, very hard, can be worked with hand techniques. The Sculpture Park is divided into 8 different themes, and they include nature and the environment, village life, the elders, the spirit world, the role of woman, the children, the family, and custom and legend. So when walking through the park, you walk from one section to another, and there in each section are 10 sculptures related to that particular theme. And so the total amount of sculptures are 82, the 10 in each section, and then 2 separate ones on adjacent corners. I think if you walked through that sculpture park, you would come away with a feeling of the depth and the wisdom of this particular African culture. And that's what we want to portray. The sculpture is organic, it's handmade, it's sometimes very moving, very direct in its impact, and people relate to it. Almost to a T, those early sculptors, Picasso, Braque, Leger, and Brancusi, were all influenced by African work. Our main purpose in the park is to show that there are sculptors in Zimbabwe and in Africa that can stand in any field. You know, you'll see those works and you could imagine them in the Louvre or the British Museum or the Museum of Modern Arts in New York or the Guggenheim. They would not disgrace any museum in this country. It's not often acknowledged, but there's probably more Shona sculpture, Zimbabwe sculpture in homes than probably any other form of sculpture at the moment. It's affordable. You can associate with it. It brings pleasure for years and years, and so really it's very collectible and very sought after. The sculpture has been described as being of world quality and interest, deeply human, spirited in every sense, and superbly skilled, and I think that sums it up.